You didn't get a home inspector, did you?
No, I didn't. You know, it looks like it has good bones and it looks, you know, in good shape.
No matter how you look at it, as long as you have water running towards your house, it's going to come inside the house.
There was no major problems that we noticed.
That means a total gut of your basement, all new electrical, major plumbing that we have to fix on both the bathrooms you've done.
The shingles are good, and that seems to be the only thing that is actually in good shape with my house.
A little house with big trouble. Jessica was looking for a small, affordable home in her old neighborhood. She put in an offer. It was refused. So she put in a second offer, a little more money, and she removed the home inspection. Not smart. You know, it didn't take long for things to go wrong. It started leaking from the chimney into the house, the driveway into the basement. I'm here to ask questions, get answers, and I'm here to do a homes inspection. And I'm gonna make it right.
This house is a perfect first-time buyer house. I'm a single girl, so it has 2 bedrooms, which is perfect. There's 1 bathroom when I first moved in. I've recently put in a new bathroom downstairs. The basement rec room is a wide open space, so it gives me a lot of storage area. It was very clean inside. It seemed like it was taken care of meticulously. The yard was very big and barren. There was no gardens back here, so it was a sort of a fresh slate for me. I made the initial offer as soon as I saw it because I didn't want to miss out. I have a lot of handymen in my family, and they sort of gave it the once through and said that, you know, it looks like it has good bones and it looks, you know, in good shape. So that's basically why I didn't get a home inspection. Hi, Mike.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you? Nice to meet you too.
So, you know what? This used to be my neighborhood. I used to live around here, so
Oh,
I know
really?
these houses very well. How long you been living here?
Just under 2 years.
Under 2 years. You like it?
I love it.
Issues?
I love it. I do have issues.
Tell me some of the things.
I have water issues, kind of, with the basement foundation and the chimney. After I moved in, the first thing I did was paint the upstairs. That's when I noticed that the lath and plaster wall in the dining room had started to bubble. It's kind of damaging the walls inside a little bit.
Is it?
Yeah. Shortly thereafter, I removed the carpet that was downstairs because it was a little bit old, and in the back closet area, along the subfloor line against the foundation, there was some definite water damage marks.
You got a couple of brothers, is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and they've come and helped, and they've done a few things?
Yeah, they
Now,
have.
what have they done?
They've patched up a bit of the drywall in the dining room that's been damaged from the chimney, and they've cut out some of the drywall downstairs where the water damage was from the foundation.
Okay, so
just to
it's
see the
open
problem.
so I can see it.
Yeah, yeah. We just cut out some of the subfloor and part of the drywall to see if we could identify the problem in the foundation or where the water was coming in from. About 3 weeks after that, I had mushrooms that started to grow in that back corner, and that really made me quite worried because mold obviously is a big issue, and it's something that I'm also allergic to, and I was starting to get worried about my health living in this house.
Right away, I see your chimney. Why would someone cover this up? Was it leaking before? Possibly yes. Why did they cover up? That's probably because something was wrong with the area. Was it falling apart is the question. I see efflorescence building up right across here.
Right.
You gotta love this. Not only is efflorescence here, which means we have water wicking, it means we're also possibly touching electrical with the water area.
Okay.
Did you do anything about this downspout here?
Yeah, that downspout was going right into the driveway. So when I first moved in and saw the problems downstairs in the basement, someone suggested that we just cut that off and fill her up. So that's what happened, and as you can see, it's kind of...
But the problem is it's still cracked, and
right.
water's still gonna come down, and it's still
Okay.
gonna get in and bleed in. So I'm gonna assume you're still leaking.
Yeah.
These are all problems that a good home inspector could have pointed out. You didn't get a home inspector, did you?
No, I didn't.
Do you think you should have?
I think I absolutely should have. I definitely do regret not getting a home inspection. I don't think that having one, if they had have found those problems that I have now, would have prevented me from buying this house, but at least it would have given me a bit more leverage to lower the price maybe, or get some compensation from the homeowners to fix those problems that there are now.
The driveway is old. It looks like we have grass growing through it, which means they just wasn't laid good enough, obviously. Who built the shed here?
My dad.
Your dad?
My dad, that's for my dirt bike and
Your
my
dirt
street
bike?
bike. Yeah.
You're a dirt bike rider?
Yeah, I am. And one of my biggest passions in life is dirt biking. I race them. My parents actually got me into it, so we have a good group of friends that go out biking almost every weekend.
You still do it?
Oh, yeah, I race too, yeah.
You race?
Yeah.
I like you more. You're all right.
Also, recently, I bought a street bike.
You have a street bike?
I do, a sport bike.
A sport bike?
Yeah.
Man. Okay, we're gonna get along just fine.
Perfect.
Thank you. We have a leak here. That's where the chimney is?
Yes.
So I see bleeding on this side and bleeding, heavy on this side.
Yeah, so this is where the patch job was. I patched up the water damage that was in the dining room upstairs with some new drywall, and shortly thereafter, I noticed that it had just started to spread around that new drywall, so obviously the problem is still there.
What we don't want to do is allow the crown molding, which is all plaster, to get too wet because it's almost irreparable. We're gonna have to take a look at that. It's a nice, small, comfortable home. How many bedrooms? 2?
2 bedrooms. Yeah.
Okay. And you bought it with a finished basement, yes?
Yes.
Oh,
Watch your noggin.
Yes, I can tell. Very much so. That was the thing about the old homes, is watch your noggin. All right. Did you do this? This is new.
That's new.
Somebody's done a subfloor, and I'm hoping it's underneath the wall, that if any moisture does come in, it's allowed to wick underneath the subfloor and find the drain. All right, here's our chimney. You have stuff in front here. Did we have evidence of water coming in on this wall right here, which I see? I'm seeing efflorescence, right?
Right.
I'm seeing the bottom see that really nice and dark at the bottom of the wall there? Mm-hmm. So we see the rust right there, and that's coming from that plate. At one time, we had water coming down the chimney and sitting in the bottom, because that's your clean out, right? That was to clean out the chimney.
Oh, okay.
So why did they put a wall here?
I don't know. Storage space?
Well, not really. They wanted to close in around the furnace and the hot water, and unfortunately, they've closed in a window here, sorry. And I don't like that they've done that. We have all kinds of signs of moisture. You can see that the paint has flaked off the wall. Mm-hmm. So it shows, much like you said, that wall was really wet on the outside. That's bleeding through, and that's normal in an old home. It's when you close it in that it becomes abnormal. But all the signs here...
This is where the mushrooms were.
Well, you know what? It's not a surprise to me. You know, your basement floor is not thick. Somebody's put down an adhesive directly to the concrete and then put down a vinyl tile. Now, we're going to check to see if this vinyl tile, see whether or not it contains asbestos.
I really hope that there's not asbestos in the tiles downstairs. I know how dangerous it can be, so hopefully it's just, you know, regular tiles or whatever, something that does not have asbestos.
So we see the metal fittings, see how badly that's rusted out in the corner? It shows that a lot of the water has definitely come down in this corner and has bled underneath the floor. You know what, if anything, this has helped save it by putting in the subfloor. But we do have some definite inspections to do here. I'll finish this, I'll bring it back and tell you what I found.
All right.
And what I have to do to fix it. Then we'll go for a ride on your bike, is that a deal?
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I like that. A dirt bike check.
Yes, of course.
I love that.
I'm excited for Mike to come into the house. I think he's definitely gonna see the problems right away with the walls upstairs and the leaky foundation, possibly. I'm just hoping that the problems aren't larger than that.
They cut the eavesdrough right around the chimney. Tried to fix it with caulking. So it shows it's been bleeding like crazy from the eavesdrough back into the chimney. And you can see that the water's even got behind it, froze it, pushed it, and broke it off. It's actually cracked everywhere, even on the side here. No matter what, it's definitely wicking into the house. Jessica knew there was water coming into the basement. They opened up the wall in this area, and they showed. Well, they thought it was coming in from the bottom of the window. More than likely it was, because this was a divot within here, and then in rainwater, it's leaning towards the house, both at where the downspout was, in this area, and this corner right here. Of course the water's gonna come in and get into the basement. I'm definitely gonna have to pull up this driveway. You can see how much it's sunk everywhere. Even it was brought up to the concrete step before. That was not graded that way. This is the driveway dropping. You can see it's even dropped around the perimeter of the home, dropped in towards it, like the driveway used to be here. That's dropped an awful lot. It's dropped so much that it's running towards the home. No matter how you look at it, as long as you have water running towards your house, it's gonna come inside the house. Run it away, you don't have an issue. Same thing in the back here. with this dropping in here, it's creating that cavity again for the water to come in. So she's gonna have a problem really from that gas line all the way around this side, down the driveway to the front of the house. This is rather low. We'll see if she wants to take it off. There was no way this was done this way years ago. Again, the patio's dropped enough that they actually picked this up and put a piece of 4x4 under it, and it would appear they've gone right over top of a patio stone. And you know how I see that? It's either a patio stone or concrete. Here's the line here. As it follows across, comes back this way, and it looks like something was at the door before, and they just buttered right over it and then pounded it down. Okay. What caught my eye was the vent here. Normally, you don't vent underneath the porch if it's just exterior. It's gonna be cold, it's not an issue. We would only vent it if it was a cold room. And do I get a funny feeling? If there's not a cold room downstairs, maybe they hid, they closed it in. Maybe there was. That tells me there was. It is a charming home. It's still in really good shape, other than where all that moisture has come in. As the moisture gets in here, it actually is absorbed in all that plaster and holds it so much it starts to flake and just fall apart. And that's when it gets really, really weak. But solve the problem on the outside, fix the inside in that order. Don't do the trailer before the horse. Unfortunately, there's 3 layers on this floor. Here's the original right there. That's the one that actually concerns me. It could be asbestos tile based on the year. Then somebody went over it with the peel and stick years ago. We can see what type of tile that was. It might even be a glue back. And somebody put down some wood and some peel and stick on top of that. If it's asbestos, get rid of it. Bring in the professionals to get rid of it, then put in a new floor. Spend all that money for a new floor, and in the long run, if it bleeds asbestos all over your house, that's not logical to me. Get rid of it. Look at this. This is a great example. This is just bleeding dirty water right from the furnace into the sink. Now, if that's not a bad sign, here she was afraid of mold, and she has it right in her sink. All from a drip, drip, drip. I love they put the subfloor in. This subfloor, all throughout the house, is put underneath the walls. So the big problem is, if this continues to come in and just continues to wick up through the floor and it molds everything there, how do you pull the floor up without taking the walls down? That means getting the whole basement to solve a mold problem, all because we have water coming in from outside because the driveway's leaning into the house. Nice home. A couple of problems covered up. Could cost an awful lot of money to fix. Oh, we got some great insulation. Oh, no. Oh, no. This house has really opened up into problems. We're going to check to see if this final tile, see whether or not it contains asbestos. I love little bungalows. This shouldn't be too much of a hard job. There's a couple of possible problems that I'm worried about. We got the scaffold set up. We're going to take the stone off the chimney today. Okay. So we have about 8 things wrong with the plumbing. Martin's already checked it. Right. We have a cracked clay pipe vertical on the breather on the outside. All the taps need to be replaced. Nothing shuts off, nothing does anything, and improper venting within the 2 bathrooms. Frank's guys were in, and there is nothing that's grounded on the first floor. Thank God it's a bungalow. We can easily do a retrofit of electrical in the house.
You were talking new electrical?
Looks like all new electrical.
Rewire.
So when it comes down to it, I don't know if he's going to do new panel, but I know he's going to mess with the electrical. Now, I want to do foam and stucco on the outside of the house for a couple of reasons. Because water's getting in behind the stone and entering the house, we want to do a 2-phase system. 1, insulate from the outside using a rigid foam. It has a puck system on the back. If moisture gets in behind it, it will travel down to the bottom and wick out.
Okay, thanks. You know where to find me.
Thanks.
What's happening, guys? Basically, what happened here is we opened up a can of worms. We were originally going to take off just the stone facing, but after removing the stone facing, you could see that all the bricks deteriorated.
Part with my hand.
What we're going to do is we're going to knock it all down to the roof, rebuild it back up again.
You clear? Yeah. 1, 2. Look at that.
You know, I would have put my money on it. They just went over earth, but they did lay down some stone.
Yeah, you think that's what's under here, right?
Well, you can tell. What are you hitting here? Is that concrete?
Seems like it.
It's concrete. It's not patio stone. Not the way to actually lay asphalt. And you can see that it's not working. I've got a big problem with this. Not only do we have issues over here by the window.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, that's a hole leading right inside the house, right?
Yeah. That's where the hot air was coming out, melting the snow. Letting it leak into the house. That's sweet.
We'll just put that back to keep the critters out. Oh, come on, go back in. There we go. It's just like a
jigsaw
puzzle.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, I have other issues, Damon. All the way around the house, we're gonna have grading. That means the air conditioner's gotta come out.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to just redig everything, and unfortunately, we're gonna be laying new sod.
Yep.
Unless you can pull this up and roll it, I doubt it. Let's do this in coordination with everything. It's gonna be done last. Let them do the foam and stucco, let them damage the house, but we do have to grade this. Everything must grade away from the house. Why don't they make these thicker so you can get through? Well, we got some great insulation. Got no breathability at all from the soffit, which is not a surprise to me. Okay. Oh, I love the old built homes, man. The structure's great. Here's the old plank boards that I always see. Fabulous, in great shape. Oh, no. We have vermiculite. Vermiculite looks like a kitty litter. It's kind of shiny. And what this means is, more than likely, 9 times out of 10, this is asbestos. This house has really opened up into problems. Way to go. Love it. I'm not touching anything else.
Vermiculite's an attic insulation that was installed up into the 90s at some point. And there's one specific type of vermiculite from Libby, Montana that contains amphibole asbestos. What makes this different than most materials is that the asbestos isn't bound within it. It's kind of free as a contaminant. Normally it's bound within other products, but this, it floats freely within it. So when it's disturbed, it can create large airborne dust hazards from small amounts of disturbances. When you sample this, you have to get the fines off the bottom of the insulation. And it's often under fiberglass.
Why does it drop down?
Yeah, it tends to sift through. So when you sample it, you really need to get to the bottom to get the dust. And that's why you can see in here, there's a larger amount of dust within it.
Right. So you took some samples of all the tiles. What'd you find?
It contains asbestos.
It contains asbestos. That was what I didn't want to hear. So it's not recommended that I go in and pull up the tile. That means guys in suits are going to do it?
It's called low-risk work is what it is, or type 1 work. It's hard to make the tile friable and generate a lot of dust and crumble it into little pieces, so it doesn't generate a lot of airborne fiber. So the worker has the option to wear a suit and respirator when you remove it.
Okay, now tell me I don't have a concern of asbestos in the plaster.
That we'll sample and we'll make sure.
Okay. Well, this is what I call a little house with big trouble. I have some bad news and some really bad news. Remember I said about the tile?
Yeah,
That there was a possibility of?
asbestos.
It's confirmed.
Oh, no.
So we're gonna gut your basement. The asbestos is under the tile in the bathroom upstairs. We're going to be removing your bathroom upstairs. It gets worse. As I go through the house, I find vermiculite in your attic. That is a type 3. So that means shower station set up, that means pulling it all out, that means it's really bad. Okay, so that's about some of the worst asbestos you can have, and that's in your attic.
The fact that I didn't get a home inspection, and now looking back at it, I think was probably one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made so far in my young life.
All your inside of your home has to be completely removed. We're gonna bring in pods and absolutely move you out.
I'm completely shocked and scared. I'm kind of scared because if I didn't do this, I don't know, how long it would have taken to find it out.
We're gonna gut your basement. We're going to be removing your bathroom upstairs. All new electrical, major plumbing that we have to fix on both the bathrooms you've done. Not to mention other points, all your shut-offs don't work, your taps all need to be replaced. Don't worry, we're gonna make this right. The biggest thing now that you have to do is get the hell out of the house.
Okay.
Well, you can see Alliance Environmental has ripped up the subfloor that was originally down here, and it's a good thing. You can see the asbestos tiles run throughout most of the downstairs basement here. So it's a type 1 removal, meaning that the asbestos is within the tile itself. It is not airborne. It's the safest kind. So what they're going to do is they're going to start peeling it up today. They have their negative air machine exhausting out all the air that's within here. When they start lifting this, the asbestos will become airborne, meaning they want to bring it through the filters of the negative air machine and exhausting it outside. They'll then bag it, get it right into a self-contained storage unit, and get it right to a safe location in a dump site. Once they're done removing the tiles, they can actually start up in the attic and start getting rid of the vermiculite. Now, this process should take a couple of days. We have so much outside work to do, I'm not exactly worried about it. Before we can start the stucco, I have to get all the stone facing off the front of the house and finish up all the chimney repairs. Look at how wet that is. That is just saturated. Water was just soaking it, had nowhere to go. Well, you can see this stone here is getting a lot of moisture. You can see the difference between the lighter stone, the drier stone, and the wet stone, mainly because we have a roof right over this corner. We had a lot of rain in the last couple of days. It was just pouring down and right over this whole corner, just saturating this. And what is that going to lead to? A deterioration in your block, and in the winter, it'll freeze, it'll start spalling, and you'll have a lot of damage.
This chimney was fairly deteriorated. It looks like in part because they covered it up with some stone and the water got in behind and started to deteriorate the brick. The chimney repairs is a pretty common thing, anywhere from 12 to 20 years because they're exposed to the weather. The freeze-thaw cycle starts to take its toll and they need to be replaced.
Basically what we have a big vacuum system, and what we do, we access the house from the outside of the roof. We cut a hole in it, then we put our vacuum line inside. We go into the attic, then we suck out all the old insulation in there, remove everything. Basically what the advantage is for us is that we don't have to go inside the house, track up the whole house with contamination, and everything's sucked out through the roof. And the whole process can be done in 3 to 4 hours compared to a guy up there with a shovel putting it into garbage bags, and it's taking 3 to 4 days.
Let it fall. Okay, here it comes, guys. We hate throwing stuff into landfills, and that's what it's all about. This shed is brand new. Her family helped her build it. We wanted to keep it. We're gonna put it back. There was nothing at all wrong with it other than it was right in the way. So take it out in sections, rebuild it. You're not wasting anything, reuse. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir! Oh no, by all means, here.
Blocks, guys.
There you go. Good job, guys. With the shed out of the way, our landscapers can actually start ripping out all the old asphalt and start on the patio at the back of the house. Then we can get back to finishing the basement. Okay, so we got the clean air test on the abatement, guys. The asbestos is now done. There's nothing left in the air. We're safe to be down here. So what I want to do, because they took out the subfloor was built and they built the walls over top of it. So we have things like this, right? we are gonna have to take it down. So be careful of the electrical. I want these walls actually right off, and I want it around the furnace room off as well. So let's get down actually the studs, the drywall, everything. Then, it still smells a little bit musty, right? It smells like there's maybe some water down here. I wanna make sure before we finish this basement that there's no water coming up through the floor or in through the wall. So what I'm saying is let's lose this wall right here. Let's take the drywall off, leave the studs up, and then stop. We have found a cold room that was hidden behind the drywall here. So Mike was 100% right on this, because usually when they vent them, that's exactly what's going on. And that also explains the smell down here. You can actually see the water stains all over the floor in here. Now, what was happening is the facing stone that was on that front porch was just holding the moisture in. The moisture had nowhere to go but in, actually, at this point. That's how much damage that stone was actually doing without them even realizing. Trying to perk up the front of the house didn't really work, did it?
The bottom has just been still wet. It's actually, I don't want to touch it. It's still wet across here, all because we have water coming in from outside because the driveway's leaning into the house.
Well, I'd like to say it was a bright, beautiful day, but there's a little storm cloud over my head. We got a lot going on today. We are actually going to start digging out the foundation. BFR is here today, and we're going to waterproof this house. There's so much moisture in that basement. As soon as we peeled up that subfloor, there was moisture over every wall seeping right in. So BFR is here to do a waterproofing starting today. Not only are they here to do that, but we're going to jack out the basement floor today because we see wet spots seeping in through the middle of the floor. There's no way an external waterproofing will actually take care of that, so we're going to take out the floor and do it properly. Which leads me to Gary from Northwood today. He can actually start dismantling the furnace and getting it out of our way because we cannot jack out the floor until that furnace is done. Well, Solutions is here today. They are going to be causing a lot of damage. It's a full electrical rewire on the whole house, so they are going to start upstairs. They can't start downstairs because we're going to be jacking out the floor today. Last but not least, my guys are here today. We're going to rip out the rest of the basement. We're going to get the bathroom out. We're going to move the homeowner's furniture around the house. It's sort of like merry-go-round. We just got to move it where we're not working at the time and then move it again after.
It's better if I start right at the back corner of the house.
Okay.
And then that way we can dig our way all the way around.
Okay.
And then by the time we get around here, we'll be at this staircase.
My thought is to get rid of the stairs, go right to the cold room with the waterproofing, come right around it, and then put the stairs back into place. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
So we'll take the quick cuts of that. I'll get my guys to cut the railing off. We'll jackhammer that out the best we can, and we'll actually get that done for you by the time you come around this side, okay?
Perfect.
So there's only one way to do this, and that is the right way. If I do not remove these stairs and waterproof behind them, this cold cellar will continue to leak. Come on, guys, clean up aisle 4. This is one of those houses. It's got a lot of great bones in it, but it's one of the things I call a little shop of horrors. It just, every time we go to do something, a lot more rises up. Now, we waterproof the outside. I know I have to take up the slab on the inside because of the water transfer coming through the concrete. At that point, what do? We know the bathroom has not been vented properly. We know that there's other plumbing issues, so I wanted to take a look at the plumbing underground at that point. If we're gonna peel up a floor to make sure it's waterproof, don't we wanna make sure that the plumbing underneath is okay as well? Well, yes, we do. So we've made now the call to actually start fixing the plumbing. Okay, I just want to make sure that everything we talked about in terms of layout working, okay?
Yep.
Okay, so this is my furnace room here, and I can see you're setting up for a drain right here.
Yeah, this is going to be obviously the mechanical room, so we'll have the furnace. There'll be a condensation line for the humidifier, as well as the actual furnace unit. So the floor drain is almost mandatory here. And then that will be reconnected to the main sanitary line.
Right, because this is basically our main coming right through the house.
Yes.
Now, the bathroom, I wanted to keep it somewhat of the same layout here, Martin.
Yep.
So I want the door over here. Basically, that's my laundry room still. I'm gonna close it off there, and my bathroom's gonna come here. Almost the same layout in terms of where the walls are going, but the bathroom is growing by almost a foot on each side.
I don't see any issues here, and it's going to be a smooth sailing.
They did have some water penetration in this foundation, and this corner was the worst of it. So what we found after we exposed the foundation was there was a lot of joints between the original block that were worn right away. So there were great big cavities allowing tons of water to go in there. The original foundation coating has been on this house for about 50 years, definitely past its life expectancy, so it's wearing away. So what we did was we filled those cavities up with hydraulic cement first, and then we moved forward with the waterproofing compound. We finished the excavation and we left the original weeping tile in place. So you can see how the old system is. They're just clay tiles that sit right beside each other. And the reason they call it weeping tile is as water goes in where the opening is, it's supposed to weep out the bottom of that same opening as it travels towards its final destination. It's not necessarily the best system. It's all that was available at that time.
It worked in that time, but as you can see, I totally agree that this is actually shifted. Every time you have a shift in soil or any kind of movement at all, they just disconnect.
That's another drawback of the old system is slowly sediment falls through these cracks as well as water.
Roots, everything.
Exactly. So what happens is that pipe fills up, it doesn't run at capacity anymore, and here we are with a leaky basement. We're gonna take out this system, we're gonna install a new 4-inch PVC system, perforate it all the way around, and we're gonna envelope the system in a gravel bed and a filter cloth so no sediment will affect the new system.
The grade of the driveway was level off of the house, which was a problem because as soon as there was some aging and some sinking of the driveway, it went directly into the house, which caused the crumbling of the foundations. And now it's just gone too far for a quick repair. Now what we need to do is to do a 20-inch excavation for the driveway, get rid of all that material and start packing fresh, bring it up to our new grade. And that's it.
So we really wanted to lower the grade, and it looks like you've already done quite a bit of it. So is this your finished height where the string is right now?
String height's going to be finished height of interlock.
And we have at least, what, 5 inches off of our sills and our curb for the door?
Yes.
Which is great. I'd prefer 6, but it's fine. 5 will work just fine. I mean, they had nothing before. I mean, the dirt was almost right up to the sill. So that's going to work out great. Getting the water off of this back area, getting away from that corner. I mean, we're waterproof now. There's no chance of water getting in, but still, want to slope it away from the house. Get the water away from it, right?
Yeah, we got a 1-inch slope coming away from the house.
Which is
over 8 feet. It's great.
Here she comes, another one. Okay, guys, let's get this rolled out real quick. We got concrete here in half an hour. We're gonna go along with the tape measure. We know that we're pouring at least 3 inches over top of our gravel. We're gonna tape this to the wall. It acts as our expansion joint, and it will give us our line for our concrete finish, okay? So we don't have to go around measuring everywhere. What a fantastic product. I mean, 15 minutes to lay our insole tarp, another 15 minutes to pour a perfectly level floor with a perfect finish. There's no fuss, no muss. You're not here till 2 o'clock in the morning working on it. You pour it, you level it, you spray it, and you walk out. And you're framing the next day. Okay, so we gotta finish off the framing ASAP today, guys. We have to get all the interior framing done. Frank is coming in at 1 o'clock, and I need everything up, okay? We have spray foam coming Friday. Well, there's very good reasons for doing stucco. First of all, they put a facing stone on this house. We had crumbling bricks because the moisture had nowhere to go in the winter and started spalling the bricks. Second of all, this is a 1950s house. It has little to no insulation in it, so we're gonna get an R value. Third of all, aesthetics. It's a box, it's a square house. We wanna perk it up, make it look damn good for when she comes back, she can go, oh my God, am I on the same block?
We're applying an air moisture barrier throughout the house to prevent moisture from absorbing into the brick if moisture does trickle its way in. Then we are going to clad the house with styrofoam, the puck system, which has a cavity in behind, so if water moisture does get in, it's gonna trickle through the cavity. Then we're gonna rasp the walls. Then we're gonna base coat, embed fiberglass mesh onto the styrofoam. And then after we finish that process, we're gonna be adding the moldings, trim work, around all the openings, window trim, maybe a freeze board underneath the soffit, and then we're gonna apply the finish coat.
No, that's not how you left it.
Oh my God.
Tell me when you're perfect, okay? It's gotta be perfect. Well, only a few days left, and of course, it's raining outside, but rain or shine, we're getting that porch done today. York Aluminum coming today. They're putting on the storm doors on the outside, both ends of the house, getting the outside finished today, which is very nice. Also, carpet's coming in today, finishing off the carpet, getting the basement completed. We have Craig Lowe painting the upstairs, finishing upstairs, working his way down. We have Suburban Glass putting in our shower today. We have the plumbers putting in all the final fixtures into the bathroom. Heavy, heavy day. Can I walk on it?
I hope so.
Yeah,
Let me hold it just in case.
Nice job, guys. Nice and wide, nice and deep. It's a nice stair. She's carrying food, groceries, whatever. Nice job.
That's not how I left it.
No, that's not how you left it.
Oh my God.
Have you cheated?
I have not cheated. I haven't been anywhere near here in like, I don't know, 10 weeks? How long has it been? Oh my God.
Is this your house?
No, it's not my house.
No, it's not your house.
It's not my house.
It is your house, actually. Looks a little different,
I'm
doesn't it?
shaking right now. That's not my house.
Looks a little different, doesn't it?
It totally looks different.
Well, what do you think we
it
did to
looks amazing. I don't even put stucco stuff all over it.
Well, these guys have been busy. You can see you have no front canopy, no back canopy, because you asked us to take it down. Right?
Yeah.
New front porch, which I really like. New stone on the front porch. We brought in apprentice program, which I really love, so mason apprentices, and they actually rebuilt the whole chimney. And all of this is covered in foam and stucco. So all your trim around the windows, it's all foam, it's all stucco. Nothing's gonna rot, all new fascia, all new soffit. We had to bring in the Bowens to completely dig around the hole outside. And it's a good thing we did, because what did they find?
Well, they found where your downspout was going right beside your chimney. It was going into the underground clay.
Remember?
It was bringing to your weepers, but your weeper disconnected at the chimney and was disconnected to this corner as well. So all that water that was carried off this side of the roof into your downspouts was going right to this corner, and that's why you had mushrooms and
But it was the weeping tile that was broken.
Weeping tile was broken, yeah.
I love your back fence. You like your fence?
It's gorgeous.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Even looks good back here, right?
Oh my God. I got a patio. That's awesome.
You got it. We're gonna party on the patio. You recognize that?
That's my laundry sink.
That's your laundry sink.
That is awesome.
You like that?
That is so awesome. I really love that.
If you notice, we moved your shed back. The idea was to give you the patio, move the shed back where it should be, because you just didn't have the room here, right?
Yeah.
We didn't like what we were doing. Was like we fought over this, and I said, let's put it back behind the tree.
Okay.
Truth is, you open your doors, you open the 2 doors here, you bring your bike through, and you put it in.
Yeah, for sure. When I left the house, I was, you know, I felt kind of okay because I knew it was in good hands. I think that the work I expected to go on was not. Like, it was probably 5%, not even, of what they've actually done in this house.
I don't know if we finished the basement or not. Did we finish the basement?
I left it kind of rough. You'll have to see it. See if you like it.
Well, I gotta leave you something.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, let's
I
go
think you're
inside.
lying.
You ready?
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm ready, I think.
Let's go.
I think. I have stairs that are carpeted. Oh my God.
Brand new stairs.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
There's rooms down here now. That is amazing. And the ceiling, it's not drop ceiling anymore.
No, it's all new electrical.
Amazing little halogen lights and stuff.
This whole floor was pulled up.
What do you mean, like?
Not just the floor.
to dirt.
Because after asbestos removal and all the tile, and we had to pull the tile in your bathroom upstairs, so you got a new floor in your bathroom upstairs. We pulled up all the concrete and had to do all new plumbing from front to back, all on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
So you really got all new plumbing throughout the house. Let's see. All new ductwork throughout the house, because the ductwork contained asbestos as well.
Oh, really?
Yes. What's that door?
I don't know, more storage or something, or...
It's a cold room.
I had one?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, really? Yeah. The surprise of the cold room was amazing. I definitely didn't know that. I know that Mike was looking for it because he did punch a hole in my wall, but the fact that it's there now, I'm definitely gonna get good use out of it.
You wanna see your bathroom?
I really do, yeah.
Take a look.
Oh my gosh. That is pimpin'. This is amazing.
Oh, this is a great shower. The whole system, I love the whole system. When we do something, we like to do it right the first time. And not only does it look good, but it functions very well. Proper venting, everything, proper drain, proper slope, proper kits that we use.
I am amazed at the amount of work that's gone on in the house. Like, it's everything from the landscaping outside, all new sod around, like new storm doors, new electrical, new everything. Like, I couldn't even keep track of all of the new stuff that I have in this house. It's pretty much brand new again. And I'm just, like, speechless. I cannot believe it.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you,
Enjoy
David.
it. No worries.
I can't wait to get all my stuff back in here.
Oh, look at this! Nice!
My stepdad helped me out with it.
No way!
It's 3/4-inch aluminum.
Look at that!
That is cool.
I can't wait to enjoy my little home, and I will for many years to come. I am so grateful for all you have done. Thank you for making it right. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
That is awesome.